Hello everyone, and welcome back to another manga translation dub. I realize it's been quite a while since I produced one of these things. You know, things happen in your life that get you off track, but hopefully we're getting back on track now, and so I thought I'd go back into manga prehistory to give you guys a little something that you may not have been exposed to. So here we have a couple of stories, one really short one and one normal length story from Sho-chan no Boken, or Sho-chan's Adventures, as I'm calling it. You could probably also say Adventures of Sho-chan or Adventures of Little Sho. It's been called a lot of things in English over the years, but I'm going to go with Sho-chan Adventures. So, without further ado, I thought we'd just dive right in. So our first story is Aruhi no Koto. One day, Sho-chan went outside to play in the nearby hills. The wind's really outdoing itself, howling like that. Sure feels great. And as he was walking along, he saw a squirrel crying. Their tail was stuck underneath a tree branch. Hey there! No need to cry. Sho-chan ran up and helped the squirrel get free.
I don't know who you are, mister, but thanks for saving me.
My name's Sho-chan. To repay the boy's kindness, Squirrel gave him the lay of the land. Is this the entrance?
Yeah, here's where you go in.
And scene. So I told you that first one would be pretty short, and short it was, which is why we're going to move on to Yamaneko Taiji. So, because the title is in katakana, and I wasn't entirely certain what the kanji for Taiji was supposed to be, I had a little bit of trouble, or at least I went back and forth as to how I should translate the title. I'm not going to bog you down in the details in this video. I just wanted to use this opportunity to let you guys know that my blog will hopefully be back up and running again after another long hiatus. And that's where I'm going to try and keep all of the editorial / translation related comments, so that way I don't lard these videos with a bunch of extraneous explanations like I usually do. Anyway, without further ado, Yamaneko Taiji, Wildcat Roundup. While our pair were making their way around yet another mountain, the day ran through its course. Looks like the sun's already gone down. As they wound their way down a dark road, they could see firelight up ahead in the distance. Hey, I can see a light over there. Little by little, as they approached, they could see that it was just a lonely cottage. But when Sho-chan knocked on the door, dung dung, everything suddenly went dark. Hello? Hello? The door opened, and from inside, a mouse peeked out their head.
And who might you be?
Sho-chan apologized for the late hour, and asked if he and his companion might stay for the night. Good evening. If it isn't a bother, might we... The mouse kindly let the pair into their home.
Do please come in.
That's when Sho-chan noticed their only daughter was standing in the corner, bawling her eyes out. Why is she crying? As Sho-chan stood pondering whatever could have made her weep so profusely, the mouse...
Listen closely, and I'll tell you.
They told Sho-chan how a vicious wildcat had been roaming about the mountainside. Now tell me exactly what happened. It seemed that the mouse's daughter was adamantly refusing to offer herself up to the wildcat on the following morning.
Tomorrow we have to give her up.
If the wildcat were to become angry, they might go on a rampage all throughout the mountains. They're on that one over there? Sho-chan wept for the mouse family and began to grow angry himself. Oh, that damn wildcat, bullying the weak and defenseless! I have to do the right thing, he thought, and confront that beast. Don't you worry. Everything will be okay. So he whispered his plan into Squirrel's ear. And then he'll be ours. And with that, the two laid themselves down and went fast asleep. Sho-chan woke up early the next morning and dressed Squirrel in the mouse daughter's kimono. You okay? Don't let your emotions get the better of you.
Yes, sir.
Squirrel got inside the box, where the mice carried him to the top of the mountain. Squirrel alone stayed behind, inside the box, while the others made their way back down the mountain.
Oh, let's hurry back.
Everyone except Sho-chan, that is, who hid himself in the shadow of a nearby tree. I wonder which way they'll approach from. But it wasn't long before he heard a rustling in the brush, and then suddenly the wildcat appeared.
Now, let's see what they brought me to eat.
The wildcat looked about to make sure no one was lurking nearby and placed a paw upon the shrine door.
Anyone sleeping in there?
Slowly, the door creaked open. Then, with a whack, Squirrel leapt from within. Yahoo! The wildcat couldn't believe its eyes. What a complete shock! The wildcat arched its back in fright as Squirrel glared back menacingly.
You're not a mouse.
Oops. Oh boy, the production values.
You're not a mouse.
Have you never heard of the great and powerful squirrel?
Squirrel then hurled a firecracker at the wildcat. The wildcat shrieked in panic and, without thinking, raced up a nearby tree. You won't get away that easily.
What the?
Sho-chan came out of hiding and, with his saber drawn, struck the wildcat down. Ha!
Yeah!
Ha!
Yeah!
Oh, jeez. Again, production values. They are a good thing. Sho-chan and Squirrel had won the day, and they tied up the wildcat's legs.
We'll just carry you like this.
I'm ruined.
They threaded a staff through the wildcat's legs and carried it down the mountain.
Oh, you sure are heavy.
Yeah, really heavy. When the mice in the village saw the companions approach, they were overjoyed.
Hut, 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 hut.
Those two never backed down, and so they saved us all.
The pair came over to greet them as everyone shouted,
Banzai! 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 Banzai!
and scene. All right. Thank you for watching this episode. Like I said, hopefully we'll get back into the groove. Once again, I'd like to remind you guys of my blog, which will hopefully have a nice discussion going up shortly about this episode. That is whatismanga, all one word, .wordpress.com. Also, you can follow me on social media. My name is Nicholas Tyson. My handles tend to be a little weird, so it's probably better to search just for my name. That's Theisen is my last name. If you wanna, but until such time as you find me or the blog post goes up, if you'd like to leave a comment on the video, feel free to do so. If you'd like to badger or harangue me, please don't. But I don't necessarily mind. I enjoy getting productive criticism. But until we meet again, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I will see you next time. Bye.